Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello students, how are you today? I'm Mr. Yusuf again. Glad to see you. Okay, so today inshallah, we are going to do something good. Today we will write a personal narrative. A personal narrative. You know what a narrative is? A narrative is a story, you know. So a narrative means a story, just that. Now, let's talk about the story or a narrative. What do you think we are going to do? First of all, let's talk about the parts of the narrative. Now, what do you think the first part is? Yes, the title. Now, after the title, we write the time, for example, when the story happened, for example, yesterday, last week, then the place, and then we write the characters or the people, like Ahmed, my family, my friends, and after that, we write the events, what happened first, what happened after that, and then if there is a complication, we write the problem, like something that was not expected. For example, Ahmed broke his leg. Oh, that is not a good thing. And then finally we have the conclusion or the end of the story. For example, finally we went back home without Ahmed, unfortunately, because he stayed in the hospital. Now, how do we write the story? I'm going to talk about the layout of the story, or let's say the plan or the map of the story. Now, as we have just mentioned, there is always a layout for a story. We call it a plan or a layout. The first thing is the title. Let's say the title is A Trip to Dubai. The second part is actually the introduction or the beginning of the story. In the beginning of the story, we normally write the time, the place, the characters, and sometimes the atmosphere, like last week, Ahmed and Ali went to Dubai. They left home at 8 o'clock. The sun was shining and the birds were chirping. Chirping means singing on the trees. So this could be a very short beginning, but it's a good one, I think. Then the body. The body, which is the main part of the narrative. For example, they arrived in Dubai at 12 o'clock. They saw many people in Dubai. First, the boys went to Dubai Fun City. Then they played on the slide or on the seesaw and the merry-go-round. I know, you know these things. Next, they did so and so. After that, they did that. Then they did so and so on. So, and finally, the conclusion. The conclusion is actually the end of the narrative or the end of the story. Now, in the end of the story, we have something like finally, which is a good word. We took a taxi and we went back home. We arrived in our home at Madinat Zayed or Al Dhafra at sunset. We felt very happy. We will never forget this trip as long as we left, you know, because they had a great time, right? So they enjoyed it. Now we are going to write a personal narrative. Okay? Are you happy? Thank you very much. Now, let's start writing our own story.